What if everything you've been told about being single is a lie? What if society has tricked you into believing that being alone is something to fear, that without a partner you're incomplete? Everywhere you look, movies, social media, even well-meaning friends and family, there's this idea that being in a relationship is the ultimate goal. Think about it. How many times have you felt pressured to settle, to chase relationships that drain you, just because the world tells you that solitude is a problem that needs fixing? But here's the truth they don't want you to realize. Being single isn't a curse. It's a rare and powerful advantage. While others are trapped in toxic cycles, drained by expectations and weighed down by compromises, you have the freedom to build an unshakable life on your own terms. No distractions, no limitations, just pure, unfiltered self-mastery. The fear of being alone is what keeps most people stuck in mediocrity, afraid to face themselves, afraid to discover what they're truly capable of. But if you can embrace this path, you'll find something far more valuable than fleeting romance. You'll find strength, purpose, and the kind of freedom most people will never know. This is where Stoicism comes in, cutting through the illusions and showing us that true happiness isn't found in someone else. It's found within. By the end of this video, you won't just accept being single, you'll start seeing it as the ultimate advantage. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn will change the way you see your life forever. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, once said, "The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today." Many people stay in relationships not because they are fulfilling, but because they are afraid of what life might look like alone. They wait for the perfect person to bring them happiness, rather than cultivating it within themselves. But the Stoics teach us that the present moment is where life truly happens. When you are single, you are free to embrace that present fully, without the weight of external expectations. You can spend your time learning, growing, and pursuing what truly matters to you. Another advantage of single life is self-sufficiency. The Stoics were firm believers in developing autonomy, in being able to stand strong regardless of circumstances. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, understood the importance of relying on one's own mind rather than seeking constant validation from others. He reminds us, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. When you stop depending on external relationships for fulfillment, you begin to realize just how much control you have over your own contentment. Moreover, solitude gives you the clarity to pursue your purpose. Many people struggle to define what they truly want in life because they are too entangled in their relationships, catering to the needs and desires of others. But being single allows you to channel your energy into self-improvement, whether through learning, travel, or creative pursuits. You have the space to develop new skills, explore your passions, and cultivate a deeper understanding of your own mind. In our modern world, where distractions are endless and social expectations are overwhelming, choosing to embrace solitude is a radical act. But it is in this solitude that you find your truest self. The Stoics knew that strength does not come from external approval, but from internal mastery. Being single isn't about isolation. It's about reclaiming your independence and recognizing that your worth is not determined by your relationship status. So, instead of fearing solitude, learn to see it as the ultimate path to self-discovery and empowerment. Stay tuned, because this conversation might just change the way you think about being alone. And before we dive into this transformative journey, do hit that subscribe button and stick with us till the end without skipping, because every moment of this discussion is a step toward embracing a more fulfilling, Stoic-inspired life. Without the commitments that often tether us in a relationship, You're like a free bird soaring through the vast skies of social interactions. Now, Stoicism doesn't just teach us to endure alone. It encourages us to appreciate every encounter as a chance to grow, to learn, and to contribute to the common good. Imagine every new person you meet as a chance to see the world through a different lens, to challenge your perspectives, and to add a new layer of understanding and empathy to your character. Think about it. When you're not anchored to one particular social circle or routine, you're more likely to step out of your comfort zone. And in doing so, you're not just expanding your social network, you're also broadening your horizons, discovering new interests, and perhaps even uncovering aspects of yourself you never knew existed. The Stoics believed in the value of cosmopolitanism, the idea that we're all citizens of the world, connected in our humanity. What better way to live this principle than by embracing the diversity of people and experiences life offers? But there's something even deeper at play here. The single life is not just about freedom from relationships, it's about freedom from unnecessary emotional turmoil. Every relationship, no matter how beautiful, comes with its own set of worries, expectations, and compromises. The Stoics remind us that attachment often leads to suffering. When you are single, you hold the power to cultivate emotional resilience, to develop an inner sanctuary of peace that is not shaken by external circumstances. Imagine the strength of a mind that is undisturbed by conflicts, unburdened by misunderstandings, and free from the fear of loss. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, taught that we should never depend on external things for our happiness. True contentment, he said, is found within. Being single grants you the rare opportunity to master this principle. You are not waiting for someone else to complete you because you understand that completeness comes from within. Your time is your own. Your energy is undiluted. You have the ability to pour all of your focus into self-improvement, into becoming the best version of yourself without distractions pulling you in different directions. Imagine waking up each morning without having to navigate someone else's emotions, expectations, or moods. You set your own course, free to pursue knowledge, wisdom, and personal excellence. Epictetus, another Stoic master, reminds us that the key to happiness lies in controlling what is within our power and letting go of what isn't. When you're single, your life is in your hands. There are no external expectations dictating how you should behave or what decisions you should make. It is a life of self-mastery, where you are the architect of your own destiny. Of course, this doesn't mean rejecting love or relationships altogether. The Stoics never advised complete detachment from human connections. Instead, they encouraged mindful relationships, ones built on virtue rather than dependency. And what better way to prepare for meaningful relationships than by first understanding yourself fully? When you embrace the single life, you take the time to learn about yourself in ways that are often impossible when constantly navigating another person's needs and emotions. And let's talk about another crucial element: discipline. When you are single, you have an unparalleled ability to develop self-discipline. There are fewer distractions, fewer obligations pulling you in multiple directions. You can set a course for personal growth and stay committed without external influences veering you off track. The Stoics believed in the importance of training the mind, of practicing daily exercises to cultivate wisdom, patience, and endurance. What better time to do this than when you are single? You can dedicate yourself to learning, to meditation, to physical training, to mastering skills that enrich your life in ways that no external relationship ever could. So as you navigate this period of solitude, understand that it is not loneliness. It is an opportunity. It is a phase of empowerment, of growth, of self-discovery. Every moment you spend alone is a moment you spend strengthening your mind, sharpening your will, and deepening your wisdom. The single life, when embraced with the right mindset, is not an absence of something, but the presence of everything that truly matters. And remember, this is just the beginning of our journey into the wisdom of Stoicism. There is so much more to explore, so stay with us as we continue uncovering the secrets of a fulfilled and resilient life. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, because this path to self-mastery is one we walk together. The best is yet to come. There's something powerful about standing on your own, unshackled by the expectations of another person. A quiet strength in knowing that your time, your energy, and your decisions belong solely to you. Society often paints singlehood as a temporary phase, something to be fixed as soon as possible. But what if being single isn't a problem at all? What if it's actually a path to the kind of freedom most people spend their entire lives chasing? The truth is, singlehood is not a void. It's a space of infinite possibility. It's the time when you are free to explore, to grow, to shape your own destiny without compromise. You don't have to negotiate your dreams. You don't have to dilute your ambitions to fit into someone else's life. Every decision you make is yours alone, and that is an incredibly rare and powerful thing. It allows you to fully immerse yourself in self-discovery, to cultivate wisdom, and to master the art of living without distraction. And here's something few people talk about. When you're single, your relationship with time changes. You realize that time is not something to be filled. It is something to be cherished, invested, and used with intention. You don't have to wait on someone else's schedule. You don't have to feel the weight of unspoken expectations. You can wake up and decide exactly how to shape your day. This autonomy sharpens your sense of purpose. You begin to appreciate the quiet moments, the uninterrupted stretches of thought, the ability to chase your goals without detours. But being single is not just about self-improvement. It's about deepening your connection with the world. When you are not absorbed in a relationship, you become more aware of the people around you. You start to listen more, to observe more, to experience life more fully. You are not looking at life through the lens of us. You are seeing it for what it truly is. You develop a keener sense of who you are, not in relation to someone else, but as an individual with depth, with purpose, with an inner world that is entirely your own. And perhaps the most underrated benefit of singlehood is the ability to cultivate resilience. When you are alone, you learn to rely on yourself, to build inner strength that does not waver with external circumstances. You develop a deep trust in your own ability to navigate life. There is no safety net of constant validation, no emotional crutch. You stand firm on your own 2 feet. And from that strength, true confidence is born, the kind that does not come from being wanted or needed by another, but from knowing you are whole within yourself. Some people fear solitude because they mistake it for loneliness, but those who embrace it understand that solitude is not a lack, it is a presence. It is the presence of clarity, of direction, of a mind unburdened by unnecessary distractions. When you are single, you have the time to refine your thoughts, to question what truly matters to you, to separate what is essential from what is merely noise. You begin to realize that much of what people chase in relationships, validation, companionship, purpose, can all be cultivated from within. And once you reach that realization, everything changes. You stop seeking someone to complete you because you understand you are already whole. You stop settling because you recognize the immense value of your time and energy. You stop fearing the idea of being alone because you see it for what it truly is: a gift, an opportunity, a rare chance to build yourself into the kind of person who does not need but chooses. And that is where true power lies. There's a rare kind of freedom that comes with being single, one that many overlook in their rush to find companionship. In a world that often glorifies relationships as the pinnacle of fulfillment, Stoicism offers a different perspective. The idea that true contentment comes not from external attachments, but from mastering oneself. When you are single, you are not beholden to the expectations, needs, or emotional fluctuations of another person. Instead, you have the space to shape your life according to your own principles, to carve out a path that is truly yours. One of the greatest gifts of singlehood is the ability to direct your energy inward toward your own growth and understanding. Relationships, while fulfilling in their own way, often require compromise, not just in time, but in thought, ambition, and even identity. When you stand alone, you are free to question, to explore, to break away from conventional paths without hesitation. You can shift careers without worrying how it affects another person, move cities without negotiations, and reinvent yourself as many times as you wish. This ability to change, to evolve without restraint, is a privilege many fail to recognize until they no longer have it. Beyond personal freedom, there is also the clarity that singlehood brings. In the quiet moments, when there is no external voice to influence your thoughts, you begin to hear yourself more clearly. You start to discern which desires are truly your own and which have been implanted by societal expectations. You gain the ability to make decisions based on what genuinely fulfills you, rather than what is expected or convenient. This is why so many of history's greatest thinkers, writers, and philosophers chose solitude at different points in their lives, not because they feared connection, but because they understood the necessity of solitude for deep thought and self-realization. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that time is fleeting, that we must not waste it in trivial pursuits. When you are single, you are the sole architect of your time. You have the freedom to structure your days with intention, to devote hours to mastering a skill, deepening your knowledge, or simply enjoying the beauty of existence without distraction. There is no need to seek permission, to compromise on schedules, or to balance another person's emotional world alongside your own. Your time is entirely yours, and with that comes an immense power, the power to fully commit to your own evolution. But perhaps the most overlooked aspect of being single is the way it teaches you self-reliance. Many fear solitude because they equate it with loneliness, yet Stoicism teaches that true strength comes from within. The more comfortable you become with your own company, the less you need external validation. You learn to enjoy your own thoughts, to entertain yourself, to find meaning in the simplest things: a book, a walk, a moment of reflection. And when you reach that point, when you no longer fear being alone, you become unshakable. You realize that contentment is not found in another person, but in the mastery of your own mind and soul. What many fail to realize is that singlehood isn't just a phase of life. It's a unique opportunity, a blank canvas where you are both the artist and the masterpiece in progress. Without the weight of external expectations shaping your every decision, you are free to construct a life that is deeply aligned with your own values, ambitions, and desires. Think about it. When was the last time you made a choice purely for yourself, without considering how it might affect someone else? When was the last time you allowed yourself to truly listen to your own voice, unfiltered and unshaped by the noise of relationships? This is the beauty of singlehood. It gives you the space to reconnect with yourself in a way that is rare and invaluable. In a world that often equates solitude with loneliness, Stoicism teaches us that the most powerful individuals are those who are comfortable in their own company. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, frequently reminds us that true contentment comes from within, not from external circumstances. When you're single, you have the time to cultivate that inner peace, to master your thoughts, and to develop a level of self-sufficiency that no external validation can shake. It is in this space of solitude that some of the most profound personal transformations occur. You start to see life not as something happening to you, but as something you actively shape, moment by moment, choice by choice. This is also a time to refine your own discipline, to push yourself in ways that a relationship might not allow. Without the comfort of another person to lean on, you become your own source of motivation. You learn the power of self-discipline, not because someone else expects it from you, but because you recognize its value in your own journey. You wake up early, not for anyone else, but because you understand the impact of a disciplined morning routine on your productivity. You train your body, read, and develop skills, not to impress a partner, but to elevate yourself. In doing so, you cultivate a strength that is entirely yours, unshaped by external influences. But this journey isn't just about self-improvement in the conventional sense. It's about deepening your understanding of what truly matters. When you are single, you have the time and mental clarity to step back and question what you genuinely seek in life. Are you chasing success for the sake of appearances, or are you pursuing a path that truly fulfills you? Are you living according to your own principles, or are you unconsciously following a script that society has written for you? These are questions that often get drowned out in the distractions of relationships, but in solitude they rise to the surface, demanding answers. And perhaps one of the most liberating aspects of singlehood is the ability to embrace uncertainty. Without the need to plan your future around another person, you are free to follow opportunities wherever they may lead. You can pack a bag and travel, take risks without hesitation, and pivot your life in unexpected directions. You are not tied down by obligations that limit your growth. Rather, you are open to whatever experiences the world has to offer. In this openness, in this embrace of the unknown, you discover something truly priceless: the ability to trust yourself, to rely on your own judgment, and to walk your own path without fear. This is your time, your space, your journey. Every moment you spend investing in yourself, in your knowledge, in your passions, is a step toward becoming the person you were meant to be. Not because someone else expects it from you, not because society dictates it, but because you owe it to yourself to live fully, boldly, and unapologetically. But here's where it gets even more interesting. When you are single, you have complete control over your financial decisions, not just in terms of spending, but in shaping the kind of future you want to build. There is no pressure to accommodate someone else's lifestyle choices, no need to navigate financial compromises that could slow you down or divert you from your personal goals. Every financial decision you make is solely about what serves you best, what aligns with your vision, and what fuels your aspirations. You are free to take calculated risks, invest in your passions, and explore opportunities that might not be possible if you had to consider the financial stability of a partner or a family. This isn't just about wealth, it's about agency, about being in control of your own path without external constraints. And then there's the psychological freedom that comes with financial independence in singlehood. Without the weight of shared financial burdens, you have the ability to make spontaneous choices without guilt. If you suddenly decide to quit a job that doesn't serve you, take a sabbatical to explore new skills, or relocate to a place that excites you, you can do so without the anxiety of disrupting someone else's stability. You are the master of your own fate, and that is a level of freedom that is often overlooked. Many people stay in unfulfilling relationships or jobs because of financial dependency. But when you are single, every decision is yours to make, and you can pivot your life in any direction at any moment without hesitation. Stoicism reminds us that material wealth is not the end goal, but rather a tool, a means to support a life of virtue, wisdom, and personal growth. This means that when you are single, you can align your financial habits with principles that bring you true fulfillment, rather than superficial pleasures. You can prioritize meaningful experiences over fleeting indulgences, invest in knowledge and self-development rather than unnecessary luxuries, and focus on creating a life that is rich in purpose rather than possessions. Imagine the peace of mind that comes from knowing that you are not spending money to maintain appearances, to impress a partner, or to fulfill societal expectations. Instead, every financial choice is an intentional step toward the kind of life you truly desire. And perhaps the most underrated benefit of financial freedom in singlehood is the ability to cultivate self-sufficiency. When you know that you can take care of yourself completely, physically, emotionally, and financially, there is an unshakable confidence that develops. You are no longer reliant on anyone else for security or stability. You realize that you are enough, that you have the capability to build a life that is fulfilling, rewarding, and entirely your own. This self-reliance is not just a financial advantage. It's a mental and emotional strength that allows you to navigate life with a sense of empowerment that few ever achieve. So, while society often paints singlehood as a temporary state or a phase to be rushed through, the reality is that it offers something profoundly valuable, a chance to build a life that is independent, intentional, and aligned with your highest aspirations. When you embrace this fully, you stop seeing singlehood as a limitation and start recognizing it for what it truly is, a period of immense power, growth, and freedom. And that's the real power of being single, having complete control over where your energy, time, and resources go. Imagine the clarity that comes when every decision you make is based on what truly matters to you, rather than being filtered through the expectations or preferences of someone else. You are free to explore, to take risks, to invest in yourself in ways that might not be possible if you are constantly balancing another person's needs with your own. This isn't about selfishness, it's about self-mastery. Stoicism teaches that true contentment comes not from external validation, but from inner peace and purpose, and financial independence plays a significant role in that. When you are not bound by financial obligations to a partner or the shared expenses of a relationship, you have a rare and valuable opportunity to align your spending with your core values. Every dollar saved can be used to create the kind of life you want, whether that means traveling to places that inspire you, diving into studies that expand your mind, or supporting causes that give you a sense of purpose. Money, in itself, is not the goal. It's a tool that, when used wisely, enables you to build a life of resilience, self-reliance, and meaningful experiences. There's an incredible peace that comes with knowing that your financial security is in your own hands, that you are prepared for whatever challenges life throws your way. This is what the Stoics referred to as ataraxia, a state of unshakable tranquility, a mind free from unnecessary worry. But let's go even deeper. It's not just about what you can do with your money, it's about how financial independence shapes your mindset. When you are fully responsible for your own well-being, you cultivate discipline. You learn the value of patience, of delayed gratification, of making decisions with long-term consequences in mind. These qualities, restraint, wisdom, foresight, are at the heart of Stoic philosophy. Being single gives you the chance to develop these traits in a way that few other life situations can. You are forced to rely on yourself, and in doing so, you grow stronger, wiser, and more intentional about every aspect of your life. And let's not forget the freedom of time that financial independence brings. Without the financial strain of maintaining a relationship, you have the flexibility to pursue what excites you, to dedicate yourself to projects, passions, and personal development without compromise. You can take up that skill you've always wanted to master, spend more time with family and friends, or simply enjoy the solitude of your own thoughts without interruption. There is a richness in this independence, a deep sense of fulfillment that comes from knowing that every moment of your life is yours to shape. The Stoics believed that true happiness comes from living in alignment with your nature, and what better way to do that than by ensuring that every choice, financial or otherwise, serves your highest purpose. So, while many see singlehood as a waiting period before a relationship, the truth is far more empowering. It's a phase of absolute autonomy, where you get to define what a meaningful life looks like, free from compromise. It's not about what you lack, but about what you gain. The ability to build a future that is entirely, unapologetically yours. But here's the thing. This isn't just about solitude. It's about discovering a different kind of love, one that is often overshadowed by society's obsession with romance. When you are single, you have the freedom to nurture relationships that are just as vital. Friendships, mentorships, family bonds, and even your relationship with the world itself. The Stoics believed in forming deep, meaningful connections that went beyond fleeting passion. They emphasized the value of friendships built on virtue, wisdom, and shared understanding. When you are single, you can invest more time in these relationships, strengthening bonds that often outlast romantic entanglements. Think about the last time you had an unhurried conversation with a close friend, without distractions or obligations pulling you elsewhere. When you are single, these moments become more frequent and more meaningful. You can be fully present in your relationships, offering your time and energy without the compromises that often come with romantic partnerships. You have the capacity to be there for the people who truly matter, to support them and be supported in return. In this way, singlehood is not a lonely path. It is a path rich with human connection, just of a different nature than what society constantly promotes. And let's not forget the most important relationship of all, the one you have with yourself. When you're not constantly entangled in the emotional highs and lows of a relationship, you gain clarity. You see yourself for who you truly are, without the influence of another person's expectations or perceptions. This is where true self-love begins. It's not just about treating yourself well, but about truly understanding yourself. What are your values? What are your weaknesses? What kind of person do you want to become? The Stoics taught that self-examination is the key to wisdom, and being single gives you the perfect opportunity to reflect, to refine, and to evolve. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reminds us that happiness comes from within, not from external circumstances. Many people believe they need a romantic partner to feel complete, but the reality is, no one can complete you. You must complete yourself. When you embrace singlehood, you take full responsibility for your own happiness. You learn to find joy in the simple things, to appreciate your own company, and to become your own source of strength. There is immense power in that. Another overlooked aspect of being single is the ability to cultivate your passions without distraction. Without the demands of a romantic relationship, you can pour your energy into personal growth, creative pursuits, and intellectual exploration. You can read, learn, travel, or master a skill without worrying about how it fits into someone else's life. The Stoics encouraged a life of learning and self-improvement, and singlehood offers the perfect environment for that. This period of your life is not an in-between stage. It is not something to endure until the right person comes along. It is a fully realized chapter, an opportunity to grow into the person you were meant to be. Instead of viewing singlehood as a void to be filled, see it as a foundation, a time to build yourself up so that no matter what comes next, you stand strong, whole, and entirely content within yourself. And here's the fascinating part. When you stop chasing love and instead focus on cultivating it in different, more profound ways, you realize just how abundant it already is in your life. Society often paints singlehood as a phase of loneliness, something to be endured until the right person arrives. But in reality, it is a season of discovery, a chance to redefine what love means to you, the love you share with close friends, the love you express through acts of kindness, the love you develop for your craft or passions. All of these enrich your existence in ways that a romantic relationship alone never could. Imagine waking up each day knowing that your happiness isn't dependent on one person's presence or absence. Instead, it is rooted in the meaningful connections you've built, the purpose you've discovered, and the peace you feel within yourself. This is what Stoicism teaches us, to detach from the need for external validation and instead find fulfillment in the life we are actively shaping. The Stoics believed in self-sufficiency, not in a way that isolates us from others, but in a way that makes us whole on our own. When you are content within yourself, you interact with the world from a place of abundance rather than neediness. You give love freely because you are not desperate to receive it in return. Another overlooked advantage of being single is the sheer amount of mental and emotional space it provides. Relationships, while fulfilling, require energy, compromise, and constant emotional negotiation. When you are single, you are free to focus that energy on your personal evolution. You have the bandwidth to dive into self-improvement, to pursue your ambitions without distraction, and to fully embrace experiences that align with your values. There is a reason why so many of history's greatest thinkers, artists, and philosophers spent long stretches of their lives in solitude, because it is in solitude that clarity is born. It is in solitude that you come to understand your deepest desires, your strengths, and your purpose. This is also a time to embrace the power of stillness. In relationships, there is always an undercurrent of expectation, of how things should progress, of how emotions should be expressed, of how two lives should intertwine. But when you are single, you are free from that weight. You can sit in silence, reflect without pressure, and make choices based purely on your own sense of direction. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of inner tranquility, the ability to be at peace no matter what external circumstances arise. Being single allows you to cultivate that tranquility, to build resilience so that when life does throw challenges your way, you meet them with strength rather than desperation. And perhaps the most unexpected gift of singlehood is the freedom to redefine your identity without external influence. Often, when in a relationship, parts of our identity unconsciously mold to fit another person. Our preferences shift, our routines adjust, and sometimes our goals take a back seat to accommodate the dynamic of a partnership. But when you are on your own, you have the space to explore who you truly are without compromise. You get to build a life that is authentically yours, one that reflects your values, passions, and aspirations without dilution. This isn't to say that love and relationships are not worthwhile. They absolutely are. But being single is not a lesser state of being. It is not a gap to be filled or a waiting period before something better arrives. It is a phase rich with possibility, depth, and meaning. When approached with the right mindset, singlehood becomes a foundation for a life of true fulfillment, where happiness is not found in another person, but in the richness of the life you create for yourself. Let's tackle a myth that's as old as time itself. the idea that relationships and marriage are the ultimate keys to happiness. It's a notion that's been romanticized in novels, movies, and songs, painting a picture that to be happy, you need to find the one. But here's a Stoic perspective that might just change the way you view this narrative. Stoicism teaches us that happiness comes from within, from living a life in accordance with virtue and reason, not from external circumstances or other people. Now, don't get me wrong. Relationships and marriage can be beautiful, enriching parts of life. They can offer companionship, love, and support. But the Stoic wisdom reminds us that placing the entirety of your happiness in the hands of another person is not only unrealistic, but also unfair to you and to them. It's a heavy burden for anyone to bear the responsibility for someone else's happiness. Being single offers a unique opportunity to understand and embrace this wisdom. It's a time to focus on developing your inner fortress, as the Stoics would say, strengthening your character and finding joy and satisfaction in your own achievements and growth. This isn't about closing yourself off to love or companionship, but about ensuring that your happiness isn't contingent on it. The beauty of focusing on your happiness is that it leads to a healthier approach to relationships. When you're content with who you are and your life as it is, you're more likely to enter into a relationship for the right reasons, not out of loneliness or the fear of being single. You bring a whole, fulfilled self to the table, ready to share your life rather than expecting someone else to complete it. Moreover, this Stoic approach to happiness and relationships teaches us about the importance of self-sufficiency and emotional well-being. It's the realization that, while sharing life with someone can add to your happiness, it's not the source of it. Your source of happiness lies in your thoughts, your actions, and your response to the world around you. So if you're single and sometimes find yourself longing for a relationship, thinking it's the missing piece to your happiness puzzle, remember this Stoic wisdom. Work on cultivating your inner happiness, on living a life of virtue, purpose, and fulfillment. Relationships and marriage have their place, but they are not the ultimate arbiters of your happiness. That power, that responsibility, lies with you. Embracing this truth not only makes you more content as a single person, but also lays the groundwork for healthier, more fulfilling relationships in the future. In the context of being single, self-sufficiency is your superpower. It's about learning to rely on yourself for your happiness and well-being, understanding that while others can add to your life, they are not the source of your contentment. This is a liberating realization. It frees you from the endless pursuit of external validation and companionship to fill the voids within. Instead, it encourages you to look inward, to cultivate your virtues, and to find peace in your own company. This Stoic approach to self-sufficiency isn't about isolation or pushing people away. Quite the opposite. It's about building a strong foundation within yourself so that your relationships with others are born out of want, not need. It's about being a whole person on your own, someone who brings value and joy to your relationships, rather than looking to them to define or complete you. Moreover, embracing self-sufficiency teaches you resilience. Life is full of ups and downs, and being emotionally and intellectually self-sufficient means you're better equipped to handle challenges. You learn to see obstacles as opportunities for growth, as the Stoics did, and to maintain your equilibrium in the face of adversity. This resilience, this inner strength, is something you cultivate every day you spend discovering and relying on yourself. Financial self-sufficiency is another facet of this journey. It's about taking control of your finances, making conscious decisions about your spending and saving, and understanding the value of financial freedom. Stoicism encourages us to live simply and to find joy in the essentials, teaching us that the pursuit of wealth for wealth's sake is a path to dissatisfaction. By embracing simplicity and focusing on what truly matters, you set yourself on a path to true wealth, a wealth of freedom, choices, and opportunities. In the journey of singlehood, freedom isn't just about the absence of constraints or obligations to another person. It's about the boundless possibilities that open up when you're the sole architect of your life. Stoicism teaches us about the freedom that comes from within, the freedom of mind, of choice, and of living in harmony with nature and our deepest values. It's this kind of freedom that being single offers in abundance. Imagine waking up each day knowing that your choices, where to go, what to pursue, whom to spend time with, are entirely yours. This level of autonomy is a rare gift, one that allows you to explore the vast landscape of your desires, ambitions, and curiosities without compromise. It's about saying yes to spontaneous adventures, diving into new hobbies, and charting a course that's uniquely your own. But it goes deeper than that. The freedom of being single gives you the space to question, to reflect, and to challenge societal norms and expectations. It's an invitation to live authentically, in alignment with your true self, rather than following a prescribed path laid out by others. Stoicism, with its emphasis on inner freedom and self-mastery, offers invaluable insights into how to navigate this journey. It teaches us that true freedom comes from controlling our perceptions, actions, and reactions. When you apply this to the context of singlehood, it means that you're not just free to make external choices. You're also free to choose your attitude toward life's ups and downs. You learn to embrace solitude, not as loneliness, but as a fertile ground for growth and self-discovery. This freedom also extends to your relationships with others. Without the constraints of a romantic partnership, you're free to cultivate a diverse range of connections, deep friendships, meaningful community ties, and even casual acquaintances that enrich your life in unexpected ways. Each of these relationships offers different insights, joys, and experiences, contributing to a fuller, more vibrant life. But here's the kicker: with great freedom comes great responsibility. Embracing the freedom of singlehood means taking responsibility for your happiness, your choices, and your path in life. It's about being deliberate in how you spend your time, whom you connect with, and how you grow as a person. Stoicism encourages us to use our freedom wisely, to live virtuously, and to contribute positively to the world around us. Picture this: not being bound by the expectations or preferences of a partner, you find yourself open to a vast array of social interactions, each one an opportunity to learn, to share, and to grow. It's about embracing the richness of human connection in all its forms, from deep and meaningful conversations with a new friend to laughter-filled evenings with a group of acquaintances. Stoicism, with its profound respect for community and the interconnectedness of all people, encourages us to view each interaction as a chance to practice virtues like kindness, empathy, and understanding. When you're single, every social outing is an opportunity to embody these Stoic ideals, to contribute positively to the lives of those you meet, and to allow their perspectives to enrich your own life in return. Think about the freedom to explore diverse social settings, cultures, and ideas. This isn't just about expanding your social circle, it's about expanding your worldview. Every person you meet has a story, a unique set of experiences and insights that can offer you new ways of seeing the world. In the Stoic tradition, this is invaluable. Marcus Aurelius himself mused on the importance of understanding the common bond between all people, and in your interactions, you live out this philosophy, finding unity in diversity. But there's more to it than just broadening your horizons. This freedom to socialize widely and wisely is also a path to discovering what truly resonates with you. It's about identifying the qualities you value in others, the types of interactions that fulfill you, and the kinds of people who inspire you to be your best self. In Stoicism, the concept of self-knowledge is paramount, and what better way to know yourself than by reflecting on the mirrors of those you choose to spend time with? Moreover, this aspect of being single, the ability to go out with anyone you want, challenges you to be intentional about your social choices. Stoicism teaches us the importance of living deliberately, of making choices that align with our inner values and goals. Each social engagement becomes a choice, not just about how to spend an evening, but about who to share your energy with, what experiences to seek, and how to live your life in a way that's true to who you are. This isn't just about the superficial media-driven goals of physical perfection. No, it's about something much deeper and more meaningful. It's about honoring your body, the very vessel that carries you through life, by taking care of it to the best of your ability. Stoicism teaches us the importance of self-discipline and self-care, not as acts of vanity, but as expressions of respect for ourselves and the nature of our existence. When you're single, you have a golden opportunity to set routines and habits that serve your physical health, from exercising regularly to cooking nutritious meals for yourself. It's about making choices that enhance your vitality, energy, and longevity. Think about it. Without having to accommodate a partner's schedule or dietary preferences, you're free to explore what truly works for you. You can experiment with different types of physical activity, be it yoga, swimming, cycling, or weight training, until you find the one that feels less like a chore and more like a joyful celebration of movement. But why stop at exercise? Being single also allows you to dive into learning about nutrition, sleep hygiene, and stress management, all crucial components of a holistic approach to health. Stoicism doesn't just stop at the mind. It acknowledges the intricate connection between mind and body. A healthy body supports a healthy mind, enabling you to think clearer, live fuller, and engage more deeply with the Stoic practices of reflection and self-improvement. Moreover, this journey toward physical health is also a practice in Stoic virtues: discipline in maintaining an exercise routine, moderation in dietary choices, and wisdom in listening to your body's needs. These are all reflections of Stoic principles in action. It's about recognizing that while we cannot control everything in life, we can control our actions and choices related to our health. But let's not overlook the mental and emotional benefits of prioritizing your physical health. Regular physical activity is not just about keeping fit. It's a powerful tool for managing stress, boosting mood, and enhancing overall mental well-being. In the tranquility of a solo run at dawn, or the focused rhythm of a solo workout session, you find a space for meditative reflection, a chance to clear your mind and connect with yourself on a deeper level. Embracing your physical health while single is more than just a personal benefit. It's a way of preparing yourself for whatever life throws your way. In the true spirit of Stoicism, it's about being resilient, not just mentally but physically too. It's about building a foundation of strength, vitality, and health that supports you in living a virtuous, fulfilling life. This isn't just about picking up random hobbies to fill your time. It's about the profound journey of self-discovery that happens when you give yourself permission to pursue your curiosities and passions. Stoicism, at its core, encourages us to live a life of personal growth and continual learning. It's about using every opportunity, every moment of solitude, as a chance to expand your knowledge, skills, and understanding of the world and yourself. Being single provides a unique landscape for this exploration. Without the need to coordinate with a partner's interests or schedules, you're free to follow your whims and curiosities wherever they may lead. Ever wanted to learn how to paint, play an instrument, or speak another language? Now's the time. Each new skill you acquire isn't just a line on your resume. It's a step toward becoming a more rounded, fascinating, and fulfilled person. But exploring new interests isn't just about personal enrichment. It's a way to connect with others on a deeper level. Think about it. Each new hobby or skill is a bridge to new communities, new conversations, and new friendships. It's about sharing your journey and discoveries with others, and in turn, learning from their experiences. This exchange of knowledge and passion is what Stoicism envisions as part of living in accordance with nature, recognizing and celebrating our connections to those around us. Moreover, pursuing new interests challenges you to step out of your comfort zone. It's about embracing the unfamiliar, dealing with the discomfort of being a beginner, and growing from the experience. These challenges are not obstacles but opportunities, as the Stoics would see them, to practice virtues like courage, perseverance, and humility. Each new interest you pursue is a testament to your commitment to personal growth and your courage to embrace life's uncertainties. But let's not overlook the joy and fun that comes with exploring new interests. In the pursuit of Stoic virtue and wisdom, it's easy to forget that part of living a good life is finding joy in the simple pleasures, in the thrill of trying something new, and in the satisfaction of seeing yourself progress. Whether it's the quiet contentment of knitting a scarf, the exhilaration of hitting a new running milestone, or the pride in cooking a meal from a cuisine you've never tried before, these moments are integral to the richness of your life experience. But before we part ways, let's take a moment to reflect on what this path truly represents. Being single isn't just a phase or a temporary state. It's a period of profound self-realization. It's a time when you are free to explore, to question, to build, and to reinvent yourself without external pressures dictating your choices. In a world that constantly pushes the idea that happiness is found in another person, choosing to embrace singlehood with intention is a radical act of self-empowerment. It's a declaration that you are enough as you are right now. When you shift your focus from seeking one person to complete you, to instead cultivating a life filled with purpose and connection, you begin to experience a love that is much more expansive and fulfilling. And here's something truly powerful. When you stop searching for someone to complete you, you become whole in a way that is rare and extraordinary. You realize that love, in its truest form, is not about possession or dependency. It's about presence, about giving freely without expectation, and about understanding that your happiness was never meant to be outsourced. This journey of singlehood is not about waiting, it's about becoming wiser, stronger, and more aligned with the person you were always meant to be. If this insight resonated with you, make sure to subscribe to Stoic Directions and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. We dive deep into timeless Stoic wisdom, helping you cultivate strength, resilience, and purpose in your daily life. Leave a comment below and share your thoughts. How has singlehood helped you grow? And if you're ready for more powerful Stoic insights, check out the next video on the screen. Stay strong, stay wise, and keep walking the path of self-mastery. See you in the next one.